ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Good evening, Hare Krishna, everybody. Welcome to this evening's special session. I would like to discuss about the three things we should do when we visit a holy place. So on that, we will just look at the purport, what Prabhupada has given in this particular verse 1.13.10. So Hare Krishna, everybody. I would like to read the verse and the equivalents and the translation and a few lines from Prabhupada purport, because we really owe to Prabhupada for whatever Prabhupada has done for us. And to express our gratitude, the best way to express our gratitude is to read what he has given to us. Bhavad vidha bhagavata tirtha bhuta swayam vibho tirthi kurvanti tirthani swanthaste gadabhrata. Bhavataha, your good self. Vidaha, like. Bhagavataha, devotees. Tirtha, the holy places of pilgrimage. Bhutaha, converted into. Swayam, personally. Vibho, O powerful one. Tirthi kurvanti, make into a holy place of pilgrimage. Tirthani, the holy places. Swa anthasthena, having been situated in the heart. Gadabhrata, the personality of Godhead. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. My Lord, devotees like your good self are verily holy places personified. Because you carry the personality of Godhead within your heart, you turn all places into places of pilgrimage. Purport. The personality of Godhead is omnipresent by his diverse potencies everywhere, just as the water of electricity is distributed everywhere within space. Similarly, the Lord's omnipresence is perceived and manifested by his unalloyed devotees like Vidura, just as electricity is manifested in an electric bulb. A pure devotee like Vidura always feels the presence of the Lord everywhere. He sees everything in the potency of the Lord and the Lord in everything. The holy places all over the earth are meant for purifying the polluted consciousness of the human being by an atmosphere surcharged with the presence of the Lord's unalloyed devotees. If anyone visits a holy place, he must search out the pure devotees residing in such holy places. Take lessons from them. Try to apply such instructions in practical life and thus gradually prepare oneself for the ultimate salvation, going back to Godhead. So I will stop here and you can read the purport later on. But in the last sentence, Prabhupada has very kindly given us three things which we must do if we happen to visit holy places, not now, any point of time in our life. Prabhupada is the first thing we should do. We must search out the pure devotee. Prabhupada is saying must, which means it's mandatory. We should search out the pure devotees. Why? We can understand with a very simple example. Suppose we visit a hospital. We all have the experience of visiting a hospital. So what is the most important thing we look for in the hospital? We look for a good doctor, isn't it? When we visit a school for our kids, what is the most important thing we look for when we visit a school? We look for a good teacher. So similarly, when we visit a holy place, we must look for a pure devotee. The way a hospital without a doctor is not a hospital, a college without a teacher or lecturer is not a college. Similarly, a holy place without saints and sages is not an holy place. And the second thing Prabhupada says, we should take lessons from them. Now, again, going back to the same example what I gave you, when you meet with a doctor, have a conversation with him, what will happen? Doctor will give you some instructions, right? If you meet with a teacher, teacher will give some instructions to the students. We have so many examples in the scriptures. Vyasadeva met Narad Muni. So Narad Muni gave him the instructions. Okay, this is what you should do. You should write Srimad Bhagavatam. Dhruv Maharaj met Narad Muni. Narad Muni gave him the instruction that this is how you should perform the austerity. Valmiki Muni met Narad Muni. Narad Muni gave him the instruction, chant Ram, Ram, Ram. Right? So similarly, when we meet with a pure devotee, we should take lessons from them. That's the second thing. And the third thing, what we should do, we should try to apply those instructions in our practical life. Now, once we have the instructions, if we do not apply, Prabhupada said try to apply, because Prabhupada knows we are not serious about applying the instructions in our life. And that's what Prabhupada is saying, try to apply those instructions in our practical life. Because if we do not try to apply those practical instructions in our life, then the first thing and the second thing will not give us the true benefit. First thing and second thing means, it means meeting with a devotee and taking the lessons from him will not give us the true benefit. It's like, you found a very good doctor, you heard from the doctor about the disease, you heard from the doctor, this is how you need to take the prescriptions. But if you don't follow the prescriptions, then what will happen? Your efforts in finding the good doctor is of not much use. And the second, whatever a doctor told you, again, not much benefit, or you can say it's a waste of time. So similarly, when we are in a holy place, we must find out a devotee. And you may wonder, if there is no devotee, what should I do? So I'll go back to the first point, one of the first point I mentioned in the beginning. When we say devotee, it means devotee in person, and then the Bhagavatam, devotee in Bhagavatam, which is like Srimad Bhagavatam. If we think that we cannot find a pure devotee, we have the struggle in finding a pure devotee, then nobody is more pure than Srimad Bhagavatam. Simply carry Srimad Bhagavatam with you. You are in a holy place, sit down and read peacefully Srimad Bhagavatam. Try to take some lessons. Right? The place is a holy place. It's surcharged with its own energy. You will get immediately some very quick lessons. Right? And then third thing, you come back thinking that this is 1, 2, 3. These are the few things I need to apply in my life. So I mentioned the 3 things, what we should do when we are in a holy place. Okay. Thanks to all the devotees. Hare Krishna.